I think I have the topic for my video here and what I want to speak on, and that is the art hierarchy. The art hierarchy. This is important for me as to understand art in a broader sense. This is something I believe. I do believe that painting is probably the single most important type of art discipline. Painting, I'm talking about things like Jackson Pollock, all the way to Richard Prince or Jack Goldstein or something more new like Joe Bradley, for example. These are important artists, but more importantly, the work that they would display on galleries is what I'm talking about here. I don't mean galleries. I mean usually on a white wall in a museum, but more importantly, for the person who stands in front of it. Painting is the highest discipline. Now, literature, I think, is also up there, and they kind of both wrestle and fight for the first place. But just to go over the other disciplines so you understand where I'm coming from, and I'll get into this further as time goes on. The other disciplines here: cinema, music, graphic design, fashion, architecture, stand up comedy. These function on a lower level. And it's not to say that they're not as important. They're not as important, I don't think, but they are important as the way that they move through culture. Um, they are more easily accessible, therefore, more of it is consumed, and therefore, the person is left with their emotions hacked. And that's a good thing. But painting literature, on the other hand, takes an exceptional um, a leap of faith from the viewer. You must take a leap of faith to want to understand painting. The reason Joe Rogan doesn't like Jackson Pollock or Rothko or anything like that. I wish he did. I think I could get him to understand it if he would have a minute with me. Same reason why people don't understand literature. Now, literature is a weak spot for me. I haven't read many novels. I haven't read any George Orwell or John Steinbeck or anything like this. But I am familiar with the work, but it's still up there, and the reason is again engagement. How do you to engage with these things takes a significant effort from the viewer or the participant or the audience to understand it, and it requires a leap of faith. And I'm just calling it a leap of faith because that's the only way I could put it right now. But as time goes on, I'll get into it. It's what I guess I call the art discipline hierarchy. The art discipline hierarchy. There is a hierarchy. I believe it exists, and as uh, these videos keep going and I keep uploading, I'll expand on this further. But anyhow, if you're seeing this, uh, let me know if you think that there is a hierarchy or not. Uh, I hope I can persuade or not persuade anyone. I don't want to persuade anybody, but at least it'd be fun to hear people's thoughts on what they think about that. I do believe that music and stand-up comedy and fashion are lower, a lower type of art form, and maybe those large fashions, those giant fashion like John Galliano or something, would actually consider what I'm saying as something to be of value or have some weight to it. Anyhow, see you later.